Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day, where we continue with our recitation from Gaudi, Mahalla Panjwa, and this is the 119th passage in this rag. It is recited as follows. Gaudi Mahalla Panjwa, Sant Prasad Har Naam Dhiaya, तब ते तावत मन तृपताया सुख विश्राम पाया गुण गाए श्रम मिटया मेरी हति बलाए रहाओ चरण कमल आराध भगवंता हर सिमरन ते मिटी मेरी चिंता सब तज अनाथ एक शरण आयो ऊंचे स्थान तब सहजे पायो दुख दर्द परम पौ नस्या करण हार नानक मन बसया. Another short but very insightful passage. It says, Sram mitya meri hati balaye Sukh Visram Paya Gun Gaye. This is the Rahautuk. Sram Mitya. Sram means industry, but here indicates an exhausted mind. Sram Mitya Meri Hati Balaye. Sukh Visram Paya Gun Gaye. Sukh Visram Paya. Sukh is happiness as opposed to pleasure. Visram, rest. Gun Gaye. So the idea is that a transformation has occurred where the mind's exhaustion has been laid to rest because Meri Hati Balai. The evil in me was eliminated. So the question is, what is that evil, the Balai? That is the Haume. So when my Haume was eliminated, my mind came to rest. In other words, it found repose, restful repose, and that is how the passage begins. Sant Prasad Har Naam Dhiaya, tab te tavat man tripataya. Tavat man is a wandering mind, the mind's innate tendency to waver and to keep jumping from one thought to another. It has been likened to a monkey, among many other things. So it doesn't stay still. And that is the barrier to deeper knowledge, is the constant fluctuations of the mind, the modifications within the mind. Gurbani calls these modifications vikar. So therefore, these vikars have to be brought to a standstill before any deeper knowledge is even possible. And that isn't possible, the way is not possible without the Guru, who has been referred to as a Sant here. Sant Prasad Har Naam Dhiaya. So the way we have translated this is, my restless mind found a repose, triptaya, when the benevolent Sant, the enlightener, fixed my attention, Dhiaya, on Naam, which is self-knowledge for all intents and purposes. For our context, it is knowledge of the creative potency of the wisdom within us. Sant, we've talked about as having multiple connotations. Here it's clearly an indicator for the Satguru. And Prasadi, which we commonly translate to mean grace, also means insight or technique. So the thing is that without proper guidance, we are not going to be able to control the mind or eliminate Haume, because Haume is the source of this turbulence within the mind. Charan Kamal Arad Bhagavanta Har Simrate Miti Meri Chinta. So this is how the anxiety that accompanies the restlessness of the mind was eliminated. Charan Kamal Arad Bhagavanta. Worship the lotus feet of wisdom of the Supreme Self, Bhagavanta. Then my worries were dissipated by reflecting on the self within. Same technique. This is the technique that the Guru taught me, to reflect on its wisdom. Bhagavanta is one who is full in all aspects, complete, absolute, and refers to the Supreme Self. So you reflect on the Supreme Self and its wisdom through the Har Simran, and arrive at that state without worries. Sab taj anath ek saran ayo, uch asthan tab sehje payo. This orphan, referring to himself, the Guru says, put aside all else and sought the shelter of the one master, Ek. Then that exalted state was reached with natural ease. Here's the important thing. Anath, an orphan. So when the Guru is saying, referring to himself as an orphan, he's speaking of a state before he met the Guru, who is the spiritual father. So coming to the Guru, by putting everything else aside, by not being distracted, being resolute, seeking the shelter of the wisdom that we have spoken about, that exalted state is where the mind is at rest, where anxieties have disappeared, and it has achieved the state of supreme consciousness. In other words, it's pierced through its constricted ego consciousness. That is what happens. And in conclusion, the Guru lists out the beauty of this state. He says, Dukh dard param pavanasya. So he's listed out Dukh, dard, param, and pav, four things. Suffering, pain, delusions, and fears. Now these are all signs of a narcissistic mind. He says all of this nasya, left me. Nasya literally ran away. Karan Har Nanak Man Basya. Karan Har, the ultimate creator, the ultimate cause, came to abide in my mind, so says Nanak. That simply means that my mind is now attuned and in harmony and recognizes the one in everything. On that thought, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.